Hey, how you doing? It's Crisi here from This and That Gal, and I am so excited to show you guys the bundle from Essential Stencils that I'm going to be using tonight. This is going to be a little unconventional way of using Halloween transfers, but it's going to be so much fun. So in this bundle, you are going to get the new Essential Transfer Tool. In times past, what you would get would be these to use as your transfer. This is what we're going to be getting now, I think. I got it with the bundle. I can't wait to use it because I have not tried it yet. And you get 4 different packages of rub-on transfers. So they're on sale right now for just shy of $60, under $60. And you can use my discount code, ThisGal, to get an additional 10% off. So, hey, it's a really great bundle this time. So this is the Mystic Garden, and you get 2 sheets of transfers, which I have already cut apart and separated because that's what I like to do with mine when I get my transfers in. Now this one is the Spooky Haunted House. I'm not really sure how I'm going to use this one yet, but I will come up with something. And again, that's already cut up. The ghosts are real flowy in that. The pumpkins are so cute too. All right, then you're also going to get 2 sheets of cute and creepy Halloween decor transfers. I can see the kitty cat being used, the ghosties. I've got a really cute idea for these. this sheet. I have a lot of cute ideas for that one. But they're all going to come up in different videos tonight. I am going to be using the Bones to Blooms. This has such a boho vibe to me that I was like, yep, can't wait to use this one. All right. Now, you see all these cute little jack-o'-lanterns. They are so adorable. And I'm not really a skeleton person. I'm like, I usually shy away from skeletons. They're not my thing. But these skeletons, when I saw them with the flowers and the butterflies, the first thing that came to my mind was the Valley of Dry Bones in Ezekiel 37. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I am going to be creating a sheet that I will be able to journal and adhere into my study Bible. This is all going to be together. So that way I can highlight Ezekiel 37:5, because that is the verse that I am going to be using on this Bible journaling page for this project. So I already cut this paper to size for my Bible. I have found, since I became authorized by Lifeway, that there are like 4 different size Bibles, and I had no clue on that. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So the one thing I do want to make sure is that when I put this in, I am not gonna be taking the transfer too far, like over in there. So I am going to cut some of these butterflies out because I want to use those up and around my verse that I am going to be highlighting onto this page. But for right now, I just want to go ahead and position the skeleton bones. So I kind of want them to be a little bit down here on the bottom of the page, but see, when it's in here, I want to make sure that when I adhere this to my Bible, which is going to be just a little strip right through here that we're going to push down in. And then when you close the Bible, I mean, we can push it in a little bit just to make sure that it sticks. But once you close your Bible, then it will stay and adhere better. So now that I know where the placement is, I'm going to go ahead and put my Bible to the side and work on this sheet. So you just take your transfer tool out of the packaging. Now, I am so sorry if I'm making a lot of noise with the wrapping. Don't mean to create extra noise. I really don't. So what I like to do when I'm doing these transfers, I like to go over them pretty well. Sometimes I'll rub them in place as well, just to make sure that they are adhering to the surface that I want them to adhere to. Let's see. Oh yeah, I like this tool so much better than the little like paint spatula. They always reminded me of spackling tools. But yeah, this is so much better. Now all I did is I went to the Dollar Tree, and in there they have the pads, which is like a 3-in-1 type of tracing paper pad of paper in the kids area. So, and that's what I used for this sheet. I wanted something that it was going to absorb the paint, but still be kind of the same thickness of a page in the Bible, which is, they're kind of pretty thin. I'm still trying to figure all this Bible journaling stuff out with the art and stuff so that I can dig deeper into that. And I know a lot of people don't even like writing in their Bible. That is why I'm doing it on a sheet of paper. Plus, like that, I wasn't sure how transparent the rub-on was going to be, and I don't want to hide any of the words. I do use this Bible to study with, so I got to be careful that I can still read the text. Okay, so that just went on really super easy. And I think I want to put the Bible verse on first before I lay out where I want the butterflies. Because the idea of the Bible verse is that God is going to... Sorry. Ugh. It's just a powerful image of resurrection and restoration to the Israelites. So in this vision, the prophet Ezekiel finds himself in a valley that is filled with dry bones. And through the power of God's Spirit, he is commanded to prophesy to the bones, declaring life and breath to enter them. This passage is going to serve as a reminder of God's ability to bring life to what was once dead. And if you have ever been in a situation in your life where you have seen where there was no hope whatsoever of a situation, and then God just restores the life back. And I kind of think of Job when I think of that restoration and God bringing things back to life. But that's what's represented here in this valley of bones. So chapter 5 says this is what verse 5 says this is what. Okay, so I want to use I will make breath, make breath enter enter you, and that is a comma, enter you, comma, and you will come to life. You will come to life. I like doing it in pencil first. That way if I have any like hiccups or I don't like the layout of something, then I can easily erase it. And that is why I do it in pencil. And then I go ahead and I trace over it with a marker. So this is going to be Ezekiel 37, verse 5. And I'm not going to put the stance for like if it's King James Version or anything like that, because with it going in my Bible, I'm already going to know what version of the Bible is that I'm using. So for this one, I am going to I'm going to do this in black, and then I'm going to highlight certain parts of it with gold. I am a metallic gal, and even if it is a Bible verse, I want a little bling. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm writing this out. And because I am I was trying to stay on point with what I had already wrote, but breath kind of got pushed out a little bit further. And that is fine. That is why we did it in pencil first. So that way I can come back through with an eraser. And I recommend that you use a white eraser, because that will erase the marks the cleanest. And then we're just going to put that in there to life. And let me say, and that was a period at the end of that one, at that verse. Ezekiel, and this is 37, verse 5. And let me grab, oh no, where's my white eraser? I guess I'm going to have to use my small one. Usually I like the big one when I'm doing larger projects this size. But I'm not going to be able to this go around because I don't know what I did with my eraser. And I'm just erasing off any of the extra pencil marks that I might have underneath. Because, like I said, right here at breath, I didn't get online with that. Usually it's for a reference point, so you know how that's going to lay out. And yes, the pencil did erase some of that, but that's okay. Because like I said, I'm going to come through with my gold gel pen, and I'm just going to kind of add a little bling extra to my words. And you kind of want to stay on the same side. So like if you're going to do it on the left hand side, stay on the left hand side of every letter as you're going through. That way it's cohesive. And I messed up that a little bit, but that's okay. And I should have gotten more space in between there. So in reality, breath probably could have gone like breath enter you and then start a new line instead of trying to tighten it all into one spot. It would have looked a lot better that way. But on the tops, it's kind of like a gold shadow effect that you're adding to your letters. And on both sides of that, just takes a little bit of extra time to do all the little details that you like. And just go over that. And I definitely got the E too close, so yeah, I could critique myself like all day long. Who else does that? And I'm sorry if you guys are coming on and I'm not saying hi to you. I will come back in the comments later and speak or, answer any questions. But I want to say, hey, thanks for joining in. Okay, 37. Okay, and then that's just kind of like what I'm going to do there. I'm not really going to do way too much with this one. I am going to figure out, I'm going to cut some of these apart so that way I can figure out how I want to use them. And you don't have to trim them up so close. And it would be easier when you take it off of the backing to see how that's going to lay. So right there would be a good layout. And the nice part is you don't have to do any of the rubbing parts yet. We can go ahead and get where we want the butterflies first. And it's like the skeleton's kind of looking at the butterflies. So we're just going to put that, kind of angle it. He's looking up at the verse. And let's see, maybe those two will be able to go right here. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that'll work out perfect right there. And I want one of these up here. I think I might be able to get that to fit right in here. Just keep angling it till you get it right where you want it. And did you notice how I was rubbing it as I was putting them down? That's just habit. And now we take the transfer tool. It fits so much easier. I mean, it's more comfortable in my hand too. I love that. Of course, you can buy the sheets individually. You don't have to get the bundle. It's just that is your best value. I think it's like an $80 value that you're getting for $60. And then, of course, with my code, it's going to be even cheaper. And go ahead and rub that one on because you got the little antennas in there. And, oops. And you can put that in there. And let's see. Oh, I got these two. Rub that in. Of course, I have not been to the store to get what I needed to adhere it to my Bible yet. So I think what I'm going to do tonight is I'm just going to use some photo glue because I want something that I make sure is going to be safe for my Bible. Okay. And then that is my Bible verse. That's going to help highlight that. So like I said before, you're going to open your Bible and kind of let that just kind of hang in there. And I've got photo glue. Actually, I'm gonna put that just a little further ahead. I'm gonna put that in there like that. So let me just roll that up. I'm just gonna do like a small portion of that. You could use like double-sided tape for, you know how like if you're doing photo albums, scrapbook things, you could do that. And then you just push that in there. I felt it like getting all the air bubbles out. So now when I come to that Bible verse, and what I will do and bring my pencils. I think I'll just use a regular color pencil. That's kind of close. I'm going to take that off because I didn't clean that off yet. And I don't want to get glue all over my Bible. Is I will highlight verse 5. And this is what the sovereign Lord said to these bones. I will breathe into you, and you will come to life. So that way I know that this is the verse that I used for my Bible journaling. I still have my lines, so if I have any notes that I can take, I can still see the text, and I just have my artwork in there. And then this got glued just, nope, that is actually perfect. You can still see all of the text on this side, so you're not missing out on anything on that. You're just kind of adding an extra page to your Bible, and voila, there we have it. Thank you so much for joining me and seeing just an unconventional way to use some Halloween transfers in a different way. All right, so go get your transfers. You're gonna love them, and come back and see what other fun things I'm making. I know I will be doing some Halloween coasters with this set, so check me out on another video. I will talk to you later, and have a wonderful evening. Bye.